Hello, hello, hello. Grand afternoon. Sirena Barefoot Gypsy. Hi. It's nice to see you guys. Just bear with me, please. I just have to get a grip on the pain. Anyway, so I don't know if I could do this. I have to. You know, with this happening and my tooth hurting, and you know, when you first open your eyes, that's like your most vulnerable time because you're going to set the tone for your day. If you don't get a grip or capture or, you know, on your thoughts in when you first open your eyes. So with me, I'd woke up in pain and I'm like, I've been taking antibiotics, getting ready to take one. Then I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, right? And my antibiotics are done. Now I have pain and swelling again. And, you know, I started going to this place of, I needed to go to the dealership, get an O-ring for my power steering, you know, and tie up some things because there's, anyway, with my car while the weather's nice. Here we go again. So a part of me, I started to, but I then stopped myself. And this is, I guess, what I was talking about earlier. No, I don't know if I was talking about it earlier. You're going to have to forgive me, bear with me, because I'm just so, I'm doing my best at this moment. I started to go, why? Haven't I lived in physical pain long enough and emotional pain my whole life? Isn't this, you know, I wanted to get something done. I mean, this fuck, and it always happens. Da 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 da. I stopped myself and went, you know what? What are you going to do about it? You know, and I noticed that when you know, what am I going to do about my situation right now like this? You know, I'll stay in bed, drink fluids. The fucking shitty thing is I want to eat a bunch of stuff. And so this started bothering me yesterday. But when I did rinsing with salt water, this is what I got. And I did my coconut oil and salt water today. I did coconut oil a second time. And it seems to, instead of get better, make it worse almost. But then it's like, you know, don't things get worse before they get better? Yeah. So what are you going to do with your time today since you don't want to go out and do that? Although it's still early yet. I still may. You just never know. But there's a reason for it. And then before I went to come on to shoot this video, when I was like, there's a reason for it. There always has been. I just don't know yet. There's something, maybe I'm not supposed to, whatever it is I was supposed to do, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. Maybe there's a certain time I shouldn't be on the road. I mean, it could be an antibiotic. Hold on, let me take my antibiotic real quick. Okay. It's something I don't know yet. Excuse me for that. But what was being put on my heart was when I went to shoot this video. Don't get lost in the. I wish I would come back to me. Don't get so lost and caught up in the in the why, or what could it be, or you know what I mean. Just know that you don't know yet, right? Just go along with, even though I'm not aware of it at this moment, I will be made aware of it. This is being done for me and not to me. Maybe it's like, if you don't get those teeth pulled, they're just going to keep getting infected, because that affects you. You have too many broken teeth. That's constant inflammation. And I'm like, oh great, my body can't even fight shit off because I'm taking antibiotics, which kills all the good bacteria and everything, so it's like, I knew I should have took the antibiotics, but I didn't want this to happen and get worse, because I've had that happen on this side of my face, and my whole fucking face was swollen all the way down to here, all the way up to my eye. It was just huge. Just the whole thing was just full of pus. Infection. It was bad. I want to prevent that. It's the pain I can't stand. It's not too bad, because it's in the front too, and it's starting to go all the way back to here. So I can't even touch it. My neck all the way down here hurts. My ear, but my ears bother me. I feel like when I shove that freaking Q-tip all the way in there, I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, ear, nose, and throat all connected back here. Anyway, it's all, yeah. So, and be careful. Well, no, not be careful, but what I've just experienced, I was going to say went through, but it wasn't like I went through something. But what I had just experienced was something that I spoke on in a video. I'm not sure. Anyway, we may be very short in what we say now. What I mean by that is we don't get into over explanation of things or anything. So we know where we're coming from. We know how we mean things, but because everybody takes things differently from their own perception and their own perspective from where they're at right now, right in that moment when you're conversating with them, their understanding is only from what they know. So the things that are unhealed in them is projected onto you, or you know what I'm saying? And you'll say something, and it's sitting back and listening, but like from an unbiased, but listening to what they're saying and how they're reacting and what they're saying to you. See, if somebody isn't understanding what you're saying, they're not getting it, or I don't know, whatever. They fill in the blanks from their perception, and then it's their reality, and they project that onto you. And you just let them. And when you're caught off guard, or not in your right mind because maybe you smoked a little too much, and you're just chilling, and everything isn't coming to you at that time, but you're not really reacting anymore. You're taking in what they're saying, and you can't argue with somebody who isn't at the place within themselves to a healed place to see it from a different perspective. They're still coming from the victim mentality, or there's nothing we can do, or you do this and I'm fine and I love myself and I like myself and I've worked through all that. Well, how can I get peace and what can I do? They have to want to take the steps to get better, and right away, and then you just, at that point, you just let it go and you just walk away and you don't speak about it anymore, because there's no sense in doing that, because it's just going to turn into an argument, a yelling match, because one person thinks they're right and they know what you think and feel, and then you do the same thing, possibly. Whatever. Now I'm eating. I apologize for that. Dang it. It's like I'm just sitting here talking to a phone. Catch my drift? All right. Organic grapes are delicious. So, especially when it's people you love, it's your family or anyone that you love, that you're close to, that, they can't see the healing you've done, because it irritates them, because they're not doing theirs, and they're not even aware that it's all that. So things get made up in a sense, But what they do is they talk to you and bring things up of the old you. It could have been a month ago, a week ago, it could have been years ago. But they won't see a change. They'll only refer to you as the person that you used to be, the part that they're unhealed from, that they're hanging on to. Oh, that's great, God, thank you. That's odd. It's like, but we don't know all these things, and then you're healing, you're doing this stuff, and then it's like you're supposed to be perfect. And they're not it's not being as good as you, they're just not at that place within themselves. We're all different. If we're all different, and we all have different perceptions and perspectives, then why is it the unhealed ones, not that I'm healed, because it's going to be forever. I mean, please. But what was I saying? They're unhealed from their level of understanding at that moment within themselves. It's like this. Well, if you can sit there and say everyone else's perception, I'm talking about the other person, not myself. You can say everyone has different perspectives and different perceptions, the things I talk about, from their own da-da-la-la-la. But yet, that doesn't pertain to you? I mean, flip it, think about it, put it back on oneself. My perception, my perspective, it's right to me, but does it mean it's right when it comes to the other person? No. So who's right and who's wrong? Nobody. Who's taken count? Who's got the checker thing, the thing where you slide it? Oh, you got a point. Oh, you got a point. Oh, you were wrong. Well, look at you. You do this and you say this and you do this and you say this. And it's like, I'm a work in progress. But you said this and then you say that. But which part and what part? Because I'm only speaking from myself and my own perspective at my healing, no one else's. So yeah, it's all about me. Well, it should be about humanity. And I'm like, you don't listen to my videos, do you? You have no fucking clue what I do or who I am or what I think. But you're going to tell me how I am. And all it really is all I needed to do was hold up a mirror, because everything they say is their thing. And that's what we do, myself included. Oh, all right, they're sitting in front of me. So, even this, it's just like, hey, you have broken bad teeth. They're infected. Duh. Why you always got to look at everything so deeply and so analytical, and look at it like it's this and like it's that. Because I live with me, and I watch, I observe, I pay attention. I'm become aware of things, and I pay attention to what I get from Father, God in heaven, the Most High, Creator of all. Training, preparation. Can we stay on track? Can we do what we're told to do regardless of the circumstance? Will we stay prayed up, faithful, and blessing God even if we were being tortured? And when we're in pain, when we're stripped of nothing? That's what it's about. Training to get to the next level. Wow. I apologize, you guys. I'm going to have to stop this video. There's stuff going on outside, and it would be way too distracting. We're at 17 minutes and something anyway. I'll be back later. I hope that I was able to say things that that you can understand, and overstand within yourself. Or things to look at, maybe. A different viewpoint, a different perspective, I don't know. Ciao. Peace.